almost 50,000 people have been evacuated from Kabul in the last week. It's been a long and dangerous journey, but they are the lucky ones. Hanif Sufizada has gone from Kabul to Omaha, Nebraska in just 5 days, and he joins us live now. Hanif, thanks so much for your time. What a journey. Tell us about the last 5 days.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. It was a very fear-filled journey, very chaotic and at times very confusing. I started my day very calm. I thought that Kabul, Afghanistan was normal as usual, but things turned out around 11. Things changed, and Kabul was not looking the same as usual. Something looked fishy, and that fishiness was all about the Taliban were in Kabul. They were in different parts of the Kabul city, and later we heard that President Ashraf Ghani left the country. So that when that news broke out, things got so chaotic. Everybody left, and people were trying to flee the country. Everybody was trying to reach the airport. So I was sort of confused now. Where should I go? Because I was a green card holder and I didn't have any place to go. I didn't have even my tickets. There were no tickets for sale. All the tickets were already sold out. So I walked around here and there, and finally I reached to the U.S. Embassy in Kabul. When I went to the U.S. Embassy, to my dismay, I found no one in the embassy. They said that everybody has already left. So that really made me so anxious and worried that, okay, now what's going to happen to me? I don't want to be left out in the Taliban regime. So what happened? Somebody told me that why don't you want to go to the airport, because everybody else already left to the airport and our embassy has shifted to the airport. So, I said, oh my gosh, this is really difficult now. So I went back home and I said to my mom that I think it's time to leave the country. I just kissed her hands and I said, I want to say goodbye and forgive me for whatever I have done. And I left to the airport. It took me about 3 hours or more than that to reach the airport because of huge traffic on the way. It was so difficult to go to those places because everybody was going towards the airport. By the time I reached the airport, it was so crowded, and I say now how to get into the airport, inside the airport. I begged to the security guards that, okay, I am an American green card holder. Would you please allow me to go inside? Then he inquired a little bit about me. He looked into my ID cards and he allowed me to go inside. So when I went inside, I saw a different world because I saw all those high-ranking officials who were not available any other time, but they were all straying around, miling around here and there and looking for a ticket in the airplane. But there was only one airplane which was filled with only high-ranking officials and with their families, and others were just roaming around in the airport. So I was also confused in this chaotic situation, now where to go, where to find my way. Actually, I was looking for the evacuation teams of Marines. I asked people here and there, and nobody knew where they were. So it was around 6, and then I started looking. So all of a sudden, people came, and there was a lot of people. Everybody was asking where the Americans were. So I was sort of confused now how to find them. Then later, it was late at night, like around 9 p.m., that somebody told me that, okay, Americans are at the other side. They're at the north. So if you want to go, you have to walk all the way, but you won't be allowed unless you have registered yourself with them. I knew that I've already registered myself in the evacuation list. Luckily, my name was there, but it was difficult to find somebody to take me there. And they were not able to call me at that time because I was not, at that time, my turn was not there. So maybe they might have called me the next day, but I was thinking that I have to leave as soon as possible. So I found Americans, and I talked to one of them that okay, I want to be evacuated because my life is in danger because of the current situation. Then that gentleman, the Marine, helped me. He said, okay, we will take you to the plane. But as we were standing and going to the plane, a mob of people just attacked the
Wow.
Americans. Not attacked, but they just came in a way that they wanted to be boarded in the plane as well. So it started with 50 people, around 50, then it turned into 100, and then the multiplier started.
Mm.
Then later we saw that there were more than thousands of people in the airport. So that situation got so chaotic that
Mm.
we were left behind. They forgot about us, and they had to control now the big mob.
Oh,
So he
Hanif,
took the Marines.
it is such a difficult situation which you describe, and we saw those first pictures of the flights out, and some Afghans so desperate that they tried to stow away on those US planes. You mentioned your mum, that you kissed her hand and you said goodbye to her. Is that goodbye for good, or do you think you'll see her again?
Well, uh, that is very emotional moment, to be honest, because they are still there. They are still struggling and trying to get out, but they can't. I'm trying to help them to get out, but the situation doesn't allow, maybe, or I don't know people to help them get evacuated. So, and if not, then that will be my last uh, bid farewell to my mom. And that's a very, very difficult moment for me. And whenever I think about it, I say that now we had a country and we lost it.
Yeah.
And I think we need, of course, we need other people to be evacuated as well.
Mm.
This is not something that Afghanistan is not normal anymore. It's a different country. Living under Taliban regime is very different, where women will not be allowed to go to work, or they will not be provided access to education. So these are some, or they will not even enjoy their freedom. So these are some difficult moments for people in Afghanistan. And of course, those people who work for the government of the United States, or on behalf of the youth government, or on behalf of the student government, they will be in danger, and they need attention, serious attention,
Yeah.
especially in the
Hanif,
last 7 days.
indeed, and the window is closing. Thank you so much for telling your story to us this morning. We appreciate it. We'll keep in touch and speak soon. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.